kettlebell, medium heavy, and some dumbbells that you can use for tricep kickback. I think everything else you can pretty much use your kettlebell for. Walking lunges, you might want heavier, probably not today, but think later on, you might want to switch instead of the kettlebell if that's all you're using to dumbbells, because you can get heavier with dumbbells. Please ask me for. All right. That's what I want right there. All right, ladies, let's warm it up. We're gonna come all the way down into a fold and then reach all the way up into that back bend. Fold it down, round that back, and come all the way back up and through. A little different than those good mornings we typically do. Go ahead and round and stretch into that forward fold, and then come all the way up, slowly rolling through the back, waking up the spine, rolling those shoulders back as we reach up to the sky. Nice job, ladies. Stretch all the way through it. And on your next one, we're gonna change it into those good mornings. Now we're flattening the back, squeezing the butt, and pushing all the way back into it, getting that nice stretch to the hamstrings, squeezing that booty all the way to the top. I'm coming back, live streamers, I promise. Had to go unlock the doors. All right, push that booty back and squeeze all the way to the top. Fingertips are back behind those ears to keep that chest open. We want to be pressing those elbows back. Press that butt back, nice flat back. Knees just bend enough so that you can keep that nice flat back through the whole bend. And then squeeze all the way to the top. Beautiful. Finding that nice core control, belly button in. Squeezing that butt as you bring the belly button in to solidify everything through that middle. Nice job. Squeeze it all the way back. Lift it all the way up. Hinge. Think about your waist as a door hinge coming in and out. Beautiful. Give me 2 more of those. Really stretching into that last one. We're gonna come up to standing and open up that chest. Nice job. Keep those hip bones facing forward. We're stretching that arm back, opening up all the way through the pecs, rotating that shoulder back a little bit, making sure those those shoulders aren't crunching up towards our ears. We're pressing them down. Feel that nice stretch as you squeeze those shoulder blades together, reaching all the way back. Oh. Did anybody do the burpee challenge? No, that's it. That's in an hour. Is anybody going to do the burpee challenge? No, no takers in this room. So weird. You don't want to do lift and then do like 100 burpees? Oh, I did mine on Tuesday. It was fun. So fun. Stretch all the way through. And then we're going to open up and come down into windmill. Back into that fold, hinging at the hip, rotating that torso though this time. Bringing that chest down towards the thigh. Nice job. Reach that hand up overhead. Beautiful. It's okay if you didn't get your burpees in today or don't get them in later. You have all of October to practice for burpees for boobs. It's actually happening the 17th. Instead of Power Hour, we have the Kaya Cup Challenge followed by our Burpees for Boobs event here at the gym. We're gonna take that into inchworms, big stretch up, reach down to those toes, walk it out to the perfect plank, drop knees down, keeping that plank position. We drop into a balanced push-up, pressing those shoulders back, and then lift the knees and push all the way back to the top. Reach and stretch and come back through into that inchworm one more time. Elbows to the back of the room. Nice and tight through the torso. Only a little bit of bend in those knees, as much as you need, but as little as possible. Rolling and stretching, activating into that upper body, pressing those shoulder blades back. Nice job. So many exciting things to look forward to. That will also be our end of brick celebration. We're just, glumming it all together. It'll be amazing. I'm almost 100% certain that we will live stream it. So for my at-home only girls, you can burpee along with us, don't you worry. Walk it all the way out. Drop down. Finish out that final push-up. And your next time down, we're gonna go into hip openers. Walk it all the way to that plank and then step that foot forward as far as you can. Try to keep that heel on the ground, pressing those hip bones down. Just alternating out that foot, keeping that booty low. Nice job. Stretch and open. One more on each side. And we're gonna turn that into plank taps. Stay in your plank position. We're lifting, hand to shoulder, just tapping it out. Keep that booty low. Always that option to drop down onto those knees or stay on those knees and tap it out here. But keep that booty nice and low. Come on. Couple more seconds here. Tap it out. Bring that body into position. Tighten through the middle. Nice job. 3, 2, and 1. Bring it up high. We're going into buns kickers. Bringing that heart rate up just a little bit. Heel to butt, shoulders back, core still nice and tight. Run it out. Always that option to step it instead, working on that range of motion. And make it jacked. Straight into it. Fingertips touching up at the top. We're coming out nice and far. Always have that option to step. Keeping that little bounce. Keep it light. Nice job. Couple more seconds. And time. Nice job, ladies. Grab a drink of water. If you were not with us before, you will need a heavy weight, either a kettlebell or a handbag for my girls at home. You can use just a couple heavy dumbbells if you've got those laying around. You will also need a set of dumbbells. Although if you have a lighter kettlebell or a lighter handbag, you can totally use that. We've got a single leg deadlift, a narrow chest press, cobbler bridges, walking lunges, and tricep kickbacks. So if that helps you at all, you're welcome. All right, we are doing the same format as we had last week. We just have a whole new set of exercises. So don't plan on going like crazy, super heavy like we did last week if you're following along. We're starting all new exercises. So start in a lighter medium pattern today, and then give yourself room to grow over the next 3 weeks. Today we are starting with single leg deadlifts. Let me grab my kettlebell. So prepared. All right. Oh. How I get my cardio in. It's very similar to a deadlift. You have a couple options here. We're gonna have either that B stance deadlift, where your toe is right at the arch of your heel or your foot, and you're pressing that butt back just like we did in those good mornings, keeping that bell nice and close to the straight leg, nice flat back, and squeezing all the way up to the top. Now, the trick here is that this toe that's bent is gonna be super light, like barely touching the ground, just there in case you tip over, which you're not going to because you're amazing. You got 8 to 10 reps on each leg, okay? So plan accordingly and know that you can change out of any of these modifications at any point. So, okay, you got your B stance, you got your bent leg, gonna keep your center of balance a little closer, but allow you to work on that balance element. And then of course you always have that full oil driller, single leg deadlift. Okay, keeping that leg straight out behind you the whole time. So your goal is to get through 3 sets of those, 8 to 10 on each leg. The last 2 reps of each set should be difficult, okay? So set your reps accordingly. And then I will have an alternate for you if you finish early. All right, ready? Let's deadlift, ladies. Go. Couple more just quick notes on deadlifts as we get started. Shoulders roll back. Those shoulder blades are squeezing together nice and tight. Everything stays nice and tight and small through the middle as we push that butt back with control. All the work should be done on this pull up, where you're squeezing that butt to keep everything in line all the way up to the top. Find that nice flat plane. All the way down, pressing through that heel, squeezing your butt the whole time, and then lifting all the way up through that hinge. Make sure all your weight is on that heel that's on the ground. That's where you want all your emphasis to be. We're here for a decent amount of time. We have a few less exercises than last week. So you've got the time to really slow down the movement. Really be mindful of what you're doing. My ladies that just came in, do a couple warm-up stretches first. Don't jump into deadlifts. I love you, but I don't want you to be hurt. So give me a couple good mornings without the weight. Give me a couple windmills. Go through like a set of 10 each, maybe a couple inchworms, and then jump in. You've got plenty of time, don't worry. If they can't see in the smoke, the traffic just jams. Have you ever noticed, like, if you come around a curve on the freeway, it's like if people can't see what's in front of them directly, it's like, oh God! So, for those of you that don't know my storied history, I reported traffic on the radio in the Bay Area for years and years and years before I came to this lovely town that we now call home. And I have seen it all in terms of the ridiculous things that people stop their cars for. Like, I cannot, curves in the road, a McDonald's cup, a sheep on the side of the freeway. Like, we have had calls for everything. And in the Bay Area, you're talking 880 goes from 30 miles an hour, yay, to 10. So now your 3-hour drive home is 4. You're welcome. All because somebody threw a cup out of their car and somebody called it in and was like, someone threw a cat out of their car, call the ambulances. Oh, it's good times, good times. Anyway, deadlift. 3 sets. Remember, it should be challenging. You work hard enough that you really feel like you need that 30-second break in between each set. You're shooting for 8 to 10 on each leg, and then take a break. Try not to transition, to give yourself too much transition time. Go right leg, right leg, right leg, right leg, and then right over, left leg, left leg. Keep that pressure through your whole set to really maximize your effort, and then you'll really appreciate your 30-second rest. Shake it out, stretch a little bit, and get right into your next set. Beautiful. If you find that you're not feeling it in your butt because you're so busy worrying about the balance element, drop it down. These modifications are not modifications to make it easier. They're modifications in terms of targeting. So if you're doing a balanced deadlift, it's because your legs are already super crazy strong and you need to challenge the rest of your body now. If you really want to focus on that butt, a B stance is where you want to be, because you can eliminate all of this and just work on that. Nice job, ladies. You've got about 2 more minutes here. If you are finishing up into your 3rd set or already finished with your 3rd set, you are going to take your dumbbell and work, or your kettlebell or dumbbell, depending on what you have, and work on a 30-second hold. Stand here, count to 30, holding your kettlebell or weight up at an angle or at a 90-degree angle. Count to 30. Slowly lower it down, shift that bell over, woo, and stand and count to 30 on your other side, okay? We're opening up into that chest, challenging that stability and putting some pressure on those shoulders and biceps. Nice job. And then just alternate back and forth between those arms. Make sure that that weight is heavy enough that it's a challenge, but not so heavy that it's tweaking on your shoulders, okay? Nice job, ladies. Otherwise, we're just working on those deadlifts. You've got 1 more minute here. Beautiful. And now with less than a minute left, I'm going to tell you that you don't have to do a single leg deadlift. If you're not comfortable, you can always do a double leg deadlift. I'm the worst with modifications. Sorry. But I love you and I trust you all to make good choices. Also, if you're getting to the end of a round and you're like, there's no way I'm going to be able to even this out and get 15 reps on each side, you can always just do 15 or double leg deadlift to make sure that you're even. I'm OCD like that too. Last 10 seconds. Nice job, ladies. Final 5. Finish out strong. Get as far as you can into that rep set. If you are tracking, that's time. If you are tracking your exercises and want to know what your baseline is for next week, go ahead and take a second. Put it into your phone. Write it down on a scrap of paper, whatever. If you're not worried about it, that's totally fine. But for my people that are, this is your second to do it. All right, next we've got a narrow chest press. So we're coming down onto the floor. Most of us are familiar with our standard chest press, just coming up and over. It's exactly the same. We're just bringing it into the center. If you have dumbbells, you're gonna hold them pressed together like magnets. We're holding them forced together, okay? If you have a heavy kettlebell that you wanna use, then the same thing. You're just gonna hold that weight right over your chest, pressing into it to really activate into the chest. Elbows come in nice and tight. We lower them down to the floor and then press up all the way right above the girls. Bring it right back down with control and all the way back up. You have the option to lift up into your hips and really activate into that glute if you want to. But honestly, your weight should be so heavy that you want the stability of having your lower back all the way against the ground, depending on what your goals are, okay? All right, ladies, grab the weights you need. We've got narrow chest press, 15 to 20 is your goal. But again, you're setting the reps based on what you have and where your body is today. Let's go. 3 sets. And then we move on to that accessory exercise in a little bit. Nice job. Especially if you're working with heavy weights, but in general, keep that lower back pressed down. You want your entire spine to make contact with the mat for the exercise as much as possible. Everybody's spine is a little bit different, so if that's not possible for you, just know that's just the goal. And then we're pressing, really squeeze into that chest as you press those hands together and lift that weight straight up and down. Breathe out as you lift up and lower down just as slowly. Beautiful. Press your heels down. Make sure you're not tightening up onto your toes. Relax through the neck. Really give your chest a chance to do the work. Again, 15 to 20 is kind of our goal set, anywhere in there. But maybe you're lifting with a really heavy weight and you want to take that down to 8 or 10. Or maybe that's just where you start to shake. That's awesome. If you are shaking in your last 2 reps, that's where you want to be. Every single set, the last 2 to 3 reps should be the most difficult thing you have ever done. Beautiful. Use that breath. Press down with your back and out through the diaphragm all the way up as you lift that weight. Yes. Squeeze into that kettlebell. Beautiful. here. Okay, even with the kettlebell? Nice job. This gives you a lot of options. Yeah, absolutely. I don't know. They say on them. 12 pounds, 8 pounds, and there's a 10 somewhere, I think. Okay. Absolutely. Nice job. Keep working all the way through it, ladies. Yes. Squeeze into those heels. Press up through that chest. Make sure you're activating all the way through. If you're like, oh, this is a breeze, so easy, really squeeze into that chest and slow down that motion, both on the up and the down. Once you are finished, you have 10 jump lunges right here, followed by 10 plank jacks. Just coming into that plank position and either hopping or tapping it out. Then you're back to either your jump lunges or quick step lunges, and then 10 plank jacks. You just alternate those two. What? When you're all done with all 3 sets of your chest press. Yeah, don't rush through your chest press. You've got plenty of time here. Jump lunges, 10 quick jump lunges or quick step lunges if you don't have the jump, and then 10 plank jacks. Nice job, ladies. Shoulders back, right over that hip. We come as low as we can, still being able to hop that out, and then all the way down for 10. Always that option to step it out, bring it down to your knees, and extend out one at a time. Nice job. We're in our final minute. Again, focusing on that chest press. Don't rush to get to that accessory exercise. It's just filler, but really fun filler, right? Yes? Yeah, they're so happy about it here. I can tell by your faces you are too. Keep going, ladies. Nice job. Beautiful. Yes. Sit nice and low. Yes, beautiful. Final 10 seconds. Finish up wherever you are. Again, if you don't finish up your set, all 3 sets, that's not a problem. That means that you were working slow and controlled. That's what we want to hear. And time. Beautiful, ladies. Shake it off. Let's get ready for our next set. We're going back into that lower body. It's cobbler bridges. So we're familiar, for the most part, with that standard bridge, squeezing that butt up to the top. For these ones, we're going to bring our feet together into a butterfly position, heels together, and then take that nice heavy weight, place it right here on the pelvis, and we're lifting up, pressing those knees down, those heels together. We anchor into those shoulders and lift that booty up as high as you can. Hold for 2, 3, and then slowly lower down, not touching the earth, maybe barely tapping it just to mark where you're at. And then press those knees wide, lift, 2, 3, and lower, just barely tapping. You're back into it, okay? All right, beauties, you've got 20. 3 sets of 20 is your goal. Again, when you hit that point where it's super shaky and you do not want to do another one, that's your end, okay? And then try to maintain that for your next 2 sets. Ready? Let's go. Beautiful. If you have any kind of flexibility or mobility issues where that cobbler position is just totally out for you, you can do a standard bridge. It's totally fine. Nice job. Press those shoulders down. Breathe out as you lift up. Give yourself a nice 3 count at the top, squeezing that butt. You're not just holding there. It is an active squeeze all the way at the top. Play around with how far away your feet are from your hips. That's going to change a little bit of the angle. You may find that you get a better result if they're a little closer, or it feels better if they're a little further away. Whatever gets you the most tension in that side booty. Nice stretch all the way through the hips and really anchor into those shoulders. Know that you're probably going to have to reconfigure yourself, just like bridges, every couple reps, because those shoulders are going to slide. Nice job, ladies. If you get to 20 reps and it doesn't feel hard, A, you need a heavier weight, and B, do more reps. You can always add more reps to add challenge, especially for my ladies at home. If you maybe just don't have that 50-pound kettlebell laying around, weird, you can totally just increase your rep set and do more to make up for the fact that you're not working with necessarily what you want. Relax that neck. Make sure that pressure is coming down through your shoulders. Press heels together. Really actively think about pushing those knees down towards the ground. Get that full effect. Ooh. Stretch a little between each set, but get right back into it once you're ready. Beautiful. Squeeze all the way to the top. Tighten through that middle. Bringing that belly button in, tilting that pelvis back just a little bit into that nice tight plank position is really going to make a difference in how your lower back feels tomorrow. Protect yourself. Strengthen the middle. Beautiful. You're over halfway there. Really focus on taking it nice and slow. Count your threes a little slower than you did last round. You know you've sped up. Come on. Don't cheat yourself. Beautiful work, ladies. Yes. Finish all the way out, all 3 sets. You've got some time left here, but when you're done, we're just going to move into a set of skaters. You've got 10. It's that moving curtsy lunge for 10. And then you're going to be doing sit-ups, just straight sit-ups. So 10 curtsy lunge and then 10 sit-ups. If you want more, lift those feet up and really try to keep those feet off the ground while you elevate that crunch all the way up, okay? 10 skaters, 10 sit-ups with that option to elevate the feet. Otherwise, we're just working all the way through those cobbler bridges. Hold for 3 at the top. Lower it down nice and slow, trying not to let that booty rest on the ground at all. Nice job, ladies. We're in our final minute. No rush. Finish it out strong. Beautiful. Keep those shoulders back as you do those skaters. We're sitting into a curtsy lunge and hopping it over. Nice job. Another 20 seconds. Finish out those sit-ups. Beautiful. You guys look good. 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Grab a quick drink of water, shake it out. We are moving into more lower body. Yay! We've got walking lunges. If you are in a place where that is not possible, that's fine. You just can do stationary lunges, okay? Ideally, you would do front lunges, but I always caution people, front lunges are a lot harder to keep that knee in place. You still want it right over that ankle, just like we do with the back lunges. It's a little easier to keep form. So that's part of the challenge of walking lunges, other than the balance of it. So for my ladies that are here, you've got plenty of room. You've got 16 to 20 heavy dumbbell walking lunges. We're coming into that nice low lunge, stepping forward, but leaning back into that heel, okay? For my ladies that don't have anywhere to walk, you're just gonna be doing either back or front lunges. Again, watching that knee very carefully for 16 to 20 reps total. So make sure that it's very challenging. So you're gonna go 8 and 8 back for my girls that are here, or 10 and 10, or whatever your rep set is, all right? All right, beauties, ready? Let's go. 3 sets of 16 to 20 total, walking lunges or stationary, depending on your situation. And then we'll have an alternate for you. Shoulders are back. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Keep that core in nice and tight. Don't let that weight pull you forward. If you have dumbbells, rack them to your sides with those shoulders rolled back. I was once told to think that you were carrying heavy shopping bags and you had to roll your shoulders back to keep those bags from dragging on the ground. My legs are really long, so that didn't really resonate with me, but I'm told that that's a problem. Beautiful. Take it nice and slow. You want all that weight to be in the front heel. No weight in your toes. We step forward with that heel, roll just onto the slat of the foot, and then press up through that heel all the way, propelling forward into that next step. Beautiful. Nice job, ladies. Take that quick break. Get that stretch in. Press those shoulders back, tighten through that core. Squeeze your butt. Check in with your knees. Make sure that they're following along with that toe as you step forward. Yes. Nice job. Breathe out as you lift up into it. Nice. Beautiful work, ladies. Really challenge yourself. Slow it down. Feel that pressure all the way through that glute. Yes, ugly faces. That's what I'm looking for. Beautiful. Nice job. Working on those right angles. Knee over ankle on the front end and knee right underneath that hip on the bottom end. For my ladies here in the gym, use those mirrors. That's why they're here. If you're at home, you've got the benefit of the computer screen right in front of you. Drop down, take a look at yourself. Check out that cute patoot. You got this. Nice job, ladies. We're past that halfway mark, so I'm just gonna talk about it, but don't rush into it. Our next set are extra bonus exercises. We're gonna come down into that plank position. We're shoulder tapping for 10. And then we go into froggers. Back and forth for 5. You're welcome. 10 shoulder taps, 5 froggers. But finish up those lunges. Work all the way through them. Make that your priority every single time. Nice job. On those shoulder taps, make sure those hips are staying right where you want them, which is not moving at all. If you're having trouble keeping them from swaying back and forth, open up your gait nice and wide. It'll give you a little bit more platform to work off of. And also want to worry about keeping those wrists right underneath your shoulders. If that's an issue for you because of your wrists or your shoulders or whatever, you always have the option to do crunches instead. See, don't think I'm not working. My poor live streamers. They're probably like, dang it, we can hear half of this workout. Before I was teaching in-person classes, I was doing the entire workout along with them. And it gets really difficult to talk after a while, which I think maybe some of you guys at home appreciate it a little more. I love you all. Nice job, ladies. You've got less than a minute left. Again, really focus up on those lunges. And if you're done, we are moving on to those shoulder taps. 10, and then right in to those froggers. Catch your position, moving that hip down, nice and low. Shake it out, and right back down to the ground for 10 more taps. Woo. Nice job. Final 20 seconds here. Then we're moving on. And time. Nice job, beauty. Shake it out, grab that water. We're moving on back into our upper body. We are working triceps, the back of those beautiful arms, since tank top season is apparently never ending. All right, so these are gonna be just a slight variation on a regular tricep kickback. We're gonna come into that standard bent over position. I want you to push both elbows up and out as far as you can. Find your hold position, and then we're gonna go one arm for 8 to 10. Is gonna kick back while the other one holds strong right back behind you, okay? Then you keep that other arm up and go straight into the second set, or your second part of that first set, with 8 to 10 on the other arm. Then you get a break, shake it out, and you're back for round 2, okay? 3 sets, 8 to 10, depending on your weight, depending on your level. Again, whatever makes you shake in those last couple of reps of each set, okay? Single arm, so all on the right, then all on the left. And it's okay if one arm is stronger than the other. Don't push it overly if you feel like it's gonna be a thing that hurts tomorrow. If it's just sore, that's fine. All right, ladies, let's go. Really challenge yourself. You can lift your chest up a little bit, but keep that back pretty straight and flat so that you're not getting into that lower back. If your lower back starts to hurt, you can always just dip down so that your bend is so much lower. But keep those elbows up. That straight arm, you should feel that burn in the tricep just holding it there. Nice job. Like I said, you're making your own rep set. 8 to 10 is just a suggestion. You want to have somewhere to move to tomorrow. Lift that stable arm up a little bit higher. Nice job. Don't let it fall while you're focusing on that kickback. Beautiful. Elbows stay nice and high, but they're pulling together. triceps are always narrow. So, wait, here's my butt. So when you're in that bent over position, you want those elbows pulling towards each other. Not so they're touching, but just feel the force of them pulling together to really target into that back of the arm, okay? If you're feeling this overly in your shoulders, drop your weight down. Tuck that core in nice and tight. Really squeeze into that tricep each time you pull that weight back. Nice job. Yes. Feel free to switch out weights at any point. These are deceptively difficult. Lift those elbows a little higher, ladies. Squeeze them together a little bit more. Woo. Oh. You know how good that's gonna feel tomorrow? So good. So good. Nice job. Woo! Yes, these are the faces that we need. These are the faces that can kick COVID's butt. This is what I'm hoping you are training for a moment in life, ladies. Armageddon, it's here. The zombies are on the way. Tricep strength will be the difference between the winners and the losers. Nice job. Work all the way through those 3 sets. Every time you start a new set, check in with your form. Where is your torso? Where is your core? Are you squeezing into that butt, pressing into those heels? Are you looking just beyond your mat to keep your neck right in line with the spine? It's only a couple things to remember. It's totally fine. When you finish all 3 sets, you are coming down to the floor into a figure 4 glute bridge. Lifting, body weight please, for 10 on each side. Just alternating each side. Then you're gonna come up, you guys are gonna love this. You guys are gonna come up into a crab position. You're not crab dipping, but you are touching those toes, okay? Let's go. You finish the triceps, you gotta keep working. We got time, all the time. Nice job. Beautiful. Try not to let that butt hit the ground. Beautiful work. Yes, all the way through those triceps. Don't rush through them. And then you're into that figure 4 glute bridge, pressing down through that stable heel, anchoring into those shoulders. 10 and 10. And then working that core right here. If that's way too much for you, set your hips down and just reach. Cross body all the way through, but rotate that torso so that you really get into that core. Nice job, ladies. You're in your final minute. Isn't that exciting? Woo! Beautiful work. Press it all the way through. Nice job. When you finish up those touches, you're moving back into those glute bridges. Final 5, 2, 1, and time. Shake it out, beauties. Grab a drink of water. Shake out that head. Get through all those tense, terrible thoughts you're feeling right now. It's okay, we're gonna make it through. We have 1 more set. Yes! Sumo squat. Much like those goblet squats we did, but typically they come a little bit further out. A nice wide platform, knees follow toes. We're dropping down as low as you can and then pressing through those heels all the way up. Same thing as those goblet squats, except we're working a little bit further out through the glute. I want you to work on doing these as a 3 count down, 1 press up. A lot like those eccentric push-ups that we did. I'm not sure what class did them, but somebody did them, where it's a nice slow lower and then a power push all the way up, okay? So 1, 2, 3, and then really squeeze through that booty all the way to the top. All right, beauties, we are shooting for anywhere from 18 to 25. It all really depends on the weight that you've got and where your legs are today. All right, ready? 3 sets, let's go. Nice job. So when I say sumo squat, I don't mean plie. This is not ballet. This is not bar. That's not my thing. We're just looking for enough angle that when you come down into your squat, you really have to focus your knees to follow out to your toes, and you start to feel that squat on the side, right through the angle of your booty, right? That's the difference between a sumo and a regular squat, which is going to be working more through the middle and getting into those quads. You want to take that out. If you happen to be working with a much lighter weight than you would like to be, and you want to add a little more challenge to this, go ahead and lift up onto your toes and make it a plie. Then you're going to drop down, 2, 3, and pop back up, holding on to that balance through the whole thing. That's going to add your extra level that you can't add with weight, okay? But that's only if you're working with a very light weight and you wish you were working with more. Everybody else is focusing on that form. Nice tight core, those shoulders are pushed back. When we drop down into that sumo, it's straight down and straight back up. 1, 2, 3, and then oof, power move all the way to the top, squeezing into it all the way. Shoulders are back. Head is held nice and high. We are proud Kaya women. Beautiful, ladies. Beautiful. Woo. Sit back into those heels. There should be no weight in those toes at any point. You should be able to wiggle them wherever you're at. Nice job. If it bothers your knees, don't go down as far. Find a challenge point and squeeze into that butt. The more you mindfully activate the muscles you're working, the better result you're gonna get out of them. Beautiful work. Yes. Squeeze through it, ladies. You've got this. When you finish this set, again, no hurry here. You're gonna grab either your dumbbells or your kettlebell. You can do these single arm if you need to, or yeah, we'll figure it out. Then you're gonna go tabletop position with your bicep curl and curl 1 up, 2 up from that halfway position. Okay, you've got 10 on each side, just coming from that halfway position. And then we're gonna come all the way down, all the way up, control, stop, and then you've got 10 more right there, halfway to up. We're not doing the lower portion, and you only have 1 full range of motion, okay? Shoulders back. We're keeping those elbows about 1 inch away from the torso, and we're coming all the way through. That's only once you're done with all of your sumo squats. Your booty should be burnt by the time you get done with set 3. You should be looking forward to those bicep curls, ladies. Nice job. Nice work. Especially in these last sets, check in with your form. Watch where those knees are. Squeeze down into those heels. There should be a little activation through these thigh muscles. Nice job. If you're just working with one weight on these bicep curls, you can just mimic the other one. It's totally fine. You're gonna get just as much work here. Just make sure, again, you're not crunching those elbows in. We're keeping about an inch on either side at least. If you need or want more, maybe you've got baby weights at home, ladies, you can always add that incline, bringing those elbows out and just bringing it into that tray position instead of extending all the way out, okay? Adding that incline is like doing it on the bench at that incline. Woo, beautiful work, we're almost there, 30 seconds. Again, focusing on that sumo squat, that's where the work is. The biceps are just extra credit. The shiny star in Mario that gives you extra lives or whatever it does. Makes you invincible, that's what it is. Yes, nerd status restored. My kids would be proud. 5 more seconds, finish out strong. And time. Beautiful. Will you look at that? We have just enough time to finish out a Hell Week workout right. Burpees! Woo! All right, beauties, I'm setting the clock. The goal is to get as many of those beautiful, wonderful, full body exercises in as possible. It's just a straight AMRAP burpee style. As many burpees as possible. AMBAP? I don't know. Anyway, real quick review. Big clap at the top. We squat down, touch the toes, hop or step back, lower all the way to the ground. Come back through that perfect push-up. You can come through your knees. Nice wide hop and up to the top. Ready? Let's go. Feel free to use a box, use the wall, step where you need to, calf raise if you've got to, but do not stop moving. Woo! Keep going, ladies. Woo! We're over halfway. Come on. Squeeze in a few more. My quads are unhappy. Woo! Come on. 10 more seconds. You got this. Don't stop. Time. Woo. Take a lap around your mat. Bring that heart rate down. Keep those feet moving. Whew. Grab that water. Nice job, ladies. Whew. This is where I always feel bad for the live streamers. I'm like, in your ear. Sorry. Whew. All right, ladies, nice job tonight. Once you got that heart rate down a little bit, we're gonna come into a nice wide stance and drop into that goddess pose. Setting those hips down, just like we did in those froggers. As far as you can, settling that weight into the heels, Pressing those shoulders back. Ooh, opening up those hips. Pressing into it the best you can. This is a yoga pose, so there's no wrong or right way to do it. Yes, sitting on the floor counts. I see you. It's fine. Really catch your breath here. Nice, big, even breath. Bringing oxygen back into the bloodstream, fueling those muscles. Pressing into the stretch. Go ahead and plant those hands down and bring yourself into a tabletop position. Shake out those shoulders, wiggle those hips, wag the tail. Just loosening everything back up. We're gonna lift as you breathe out into cat position, arching that back and sinking down as you breathe in, lowering that chest down, dropping the hips. Breathe out, lift up, stretching through those shoulders and down. Was anyone counting their burpees? What we get? What we get? Nobody was counting. Everyone was just dying. Perfect. 300? Wow, that was impressive. A minute and a half. I never knew. And down. Go ahead and drop your right arm underneath the left. You can sink those hips back, dropping that shoulder down to the ground. Extend the left arm out. Dropping your temple or head, side of your head down to the earth as you stretch into that shoulder, getting that nice twist through the body. Big breath here. Happy Hell Week, guys. Hopefully we're feeling good. We're feeling strong and challenged. Go ahead and bring that arm back through to meet the other and send your left arm long. This week is not about killing you, believe it or not. It really is about testing all that work that you've put in over the last 3 weeks, re-energizing and reigniting that fire that can go out in third week when everybody's like, all right, I've been doing this for a while and I haven't lost 50 pounds yet. I get it. But I promise, pushing through this week makes all the difference. Challenging yourself to do more and be more is so powerful. Oh, come on back through to tabletop and sit all the way back into that child's pose. Dropping that forehead down to the ground and relaxing as we energize through those fingers, getting that nice stretch through the back and shoulders, pressing that butt down towards our heels. So make sure you're scheduling your classes all through the rest of the week. You're making appointments with yourself that you do not cancel on, because you are the most important thing in your life. I mean, without you, it's really not much left, right? Come on back up through tabletop. We're gonna touch those toes down to the ground and press up into downward dog. Make yourself a priority once a week, once a day minimum, right? Doesn't even have to be your workout, although of course that's, you know, where I'm going with this. But oh, even if it's just taking 30 minutes a day to yourself to scroll through Facebook without guilt, to make tea and sit on the couch and stare at your lawn, or whatever your thing is, take at least one moment every day that is 100% yours. Go ahead and bring feet to hands or hands to feet. And sit into that forward fold. And roll your way all the way back up. You are done. Yay, nice job, ladies. Happy Wednesday.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now I'm gonna try and do this burpee thing. I don't know if I can.
Yes, you're all warmed up. You're ready to go. I love it.
Yeah, tell that to my body, okay?
Thank you.
I talked to it earlier. Oh, you're so welcome, ladies.
Bye.
Have a great rest of your day, a great rest of your week.